Fidelis Care offers quality, affordable health coverage for children and adults of all ages and at all stages of life. Quality health coverage, it's our mission. Call 1-888-FIDELIS or visit fideliscare.org. Hello everybody and welcome to the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Happy holidays from all of us and welcome to our look back at the best of 2016. We're going to start with the honor roll of local college male athletes, brought to you by M&T Bank. At M&T Bank, we're listening, learning, and working hard to understand what's important to Western New York. It's what we've been doing since 1856. M&T Bank, understanding what's important. At number 3, it's Dan Andrews of Brockport football. The senior running back finished his career the all-time leading rusher at Brockport and was named an All-American by the American Football Coaches Association. At number 2, Luis Rivera from Nazareth College became the first track and field national champion at Naz, winning the weight throw at the Division III championships, and was the Empire 8 Male Athlete of the Year for indoor and outdoor track. And at number 1, it's Isaac Garcia Casani of Geneseo. The junior piled on the accolades, being named the SUNYAC Runner of the Year, an All-American as well, having finished 4th at the NCAA Championships. And oh, by the way, he won back-to-back SUNYAC titles. Next week, we'll take a look at the top female athletes from 2016. It's time now for one of our best stories from the calendar year and our local college male spotlight athlete of 2016, brought to you by Ralph Honda. This week's Athlete of the Week brought to you by Ralph Honda, where they've been doing it right for 3 generations. Visit their new showroom or find your next car online at ralphhonda.com. His journey from Cuba to the United States was spurred by his love of baseball, but what he discovered at the College of Brockport was something else. From April 2016, here's Bill Pucko.
To senior Eli Carrera of SUNY Brockport, this is the sound of life, bat-hitting ball. Dating back to when Eli was playing baseball with homemade equipment on the sandlots and streets of his native Cuba.
In Cuba, we don't really have a lot to worry about. Like the system, like people, there's not like a lot of. It's not like here that you go to work and you have to pay bills. In Cuba, it's more like, let's say, poor than here. So we just play, we just have fun. We go day by day, doing sports and trying to like go through the day somehow. And we play baseball. It's.
Fast forward to 2008. Carrera emigrates to the United States and settles in Rochester as a teenager in a strange country with a foreign language, no friends. But young Eli recognized it for what it was.
Where I'm coming from, we don't really have what we got here. So when we come to America and then we got everything that we got here, I try to take advantage, trying to I didn't have it before, so I have it now. I have to make something happen with it.
And for Carrera, baseball was part of making it happen. First at Monroe and then at Franklin. Too old to play as a senior at Franklin, he wound up at Monroe Community College the next year and played there. But cut in his second year. Strike 2.
It hurts. It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot because at the moment, that was my dream, going through the toilet, and I was like, what am I going to do now? It really hurts. That's stuff that I don't really talk about it. I was off for 3 days. I couldn't go to sleep. I was not being part of any baseball team. I was like, I'm in the street right now. Like, what am I going to do?
What Eli did was transfer to Genesee Community and played there before catching the eye of SUNY Brockport coach Justin Beach, who took a flyer on the kid.
That's what you do it for, right? You do it for the love of the game, and we're not getting paid millions of bucks here, and we're spending an awful lot of time with these guys. But when you see somebody that loves the game that much, it gives you that energy of, hey, this is what I signed up for.
The reason why I'm here today in college is because baseball. I came with that goal. I was like, I'm going to be a baseball player. I'm going to be a baseball player. I'm going to be a baseball player. But now that changed. Now, because baseball, I learned to do so many things that now I know that I'm not those guys that can only play baseball. Now I can play baseball, but I can do some other things now that I didn't know that I could. And that's thanks to baseball. That's thanks to Brockport.
My name is Carrera. I'll be your teacher for today.
Carrera will graduate Brockport with a degree in physical education. He wants to teach in the Rochester City School District, a proud alumnus, and eventually return home to Cuba to teach there, an ambition which has become even more realistic following President Obama's visit to that country last month.
You know, when I was in Cuba, it wasn't like that. In Cuba, every day they would put something on TV about Americans that bad. Now they don't have nothing to say about that. Now the Americans are not the bad ones. Now they the friends. You know, see how everything changed now, and I'm glad that happens. I'm glad that Obama, you know, make it to Cuba and then get the great speech. And now, like, everybody's more, people like him now. People like him, Obama, now in Cuba. They like him a lot now. And, you know, hopefully, you know, Cuba get the freedom soon.
From SUNY Brockport, Bill Pucko for the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat.
When we return, J.C. DeLass welcomes St. John Fisher men's basketball coach Rob Kornaker into the Coach's Corner. And later on, Kim Burnson has our Scholar Athlete, brought to you by Dave. We've got that and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. As we head to break, here's a look at the Nazareth Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Nazareth College. As we come back from break, here's a look at the Geneseo Athletes of the Week, brought to you by SUNY Geneseo. Welcome back. Thanks once again for joining us on the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Each week, J.C. DeLass from WYSL Radio will help us get to know an area coach better with a Fidelis Care Coach's Corner. The Fidelis Care Coach's Corner is presented by Fidelis Care, quality health coverage. It's our mission.
This is J.C. DeLass with this week's Fidelis Care Coach's Corner, and our guest this week is the men's basketball coach at St. John Fisher College, Rob Kornaker. Coach, you're in your 16th season now as head coach here at St. John Fisher. How do you think you have changed as a coach since that first day on the job?
You know, I talk about this a lot because I think I've definitely changed a lot. I think, you know, society's made us change a little bit, and the things that were acceptable 16 years ago certainly aren't acceptable anymore. But, you know, JC, I've tried to make it more about the experience for our young people and less about maybe the winning and the losing. You know, not to say that winning and losing isn't important, but, you know, I want these guys when they graduate from here to have a really good experience. I know they're going to get a great education, so I want them to have that great experience, and I want them to look back at those 4 years as a basketball player and think it was the best 4 years of their life.
You're one of only 3 guys to hold this job at St. John Fisher, men's basketball coach. That legacy, that's important to you, isn't it?
Yeah, JC, it's really important. You know, Coach Wanzer, who's recently passed, Coach Ward, who's still a big part of our program, you know, as the athletic director and a big supporter of our success. And, you know, for me to be just one of 3 says, I think, so much more about St. John Fisher as an institution. You know, people want to be here. You know, it's hard. It would be really hard for me to walk away and hard for me to leave the college.
When you're recruiting, is there a certain type of student athlete you're looking for to join your program and to join this college?
First and foremost, we're looking for good people. And you can tell that by talking to someone, by watching them play, by talking to their teachers. Secondly, we obviously want talent. And really, probably the most important thing is we want them to be good students. You know, that's the one thing that's changed so much in my time here is that, you know, we were always a pretty good school. But now, academically, we've put ourselves in another echelon. You know, we're really attracting high-quality students.
Is that one of the hardest parts about coaching, especially at this level, is getting the kind of kids that you want into the school, because there's just so much more besides basketball involved?
Well, yeah, the recruiting does make it a lot tougher. If you could just show up and coach the kids, my job would be pretty easy, but you know, we're on the road, we're trying to identify people. You know, financial aid is so competitive. And the other thing is, I don't think people understand, I talk about this a lot, is we got a lot of great schools in this area, and you know, I know you guys are dealing with them on a weekly basis here with the show, so it's really competitive. So it's important for us to maybe work a little bit harder to identify people out of the area, try and get those really good players that we have in Section 5 to stay home and pick us. So the recruiting stuff is really tough.
Got about 30 seconds left. What's the best part about coaching here at St. John Fisher?
That's pretty easy. You know, the best part is our student athletes, no doubt. The Fisher family doesn't exist if we don't have really quality young men and women being here. And that's in the 16 years, and I've been here 20 years, but in the 16 years I've been a coach, that's something that hasn't changed. We have had really high quality young people to work with.
Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thanks, JC.
And thank you for watching this week's Fidelis Care Coach's Corner.
Kim Burnson is up next with our Scholar Athletes of the Year, and later on in our Women's Spotlight Team Story of the Year, we head to St. John Fisher. We'll have that story and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. Before we go to break, here's a look at the RIT Athletes of the Week, brought to you by the Rochester Institute of Technology. As we come back from break, here's a look at the SUNY Brockport Athletes of the Week, brought to you by the College at Brockport.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for our Scholar Athlete, brought to you by Dave Digital Audiovisual Environments. This week, looking at some of the athletes we met in 2016.
Where can you go to get expert advice and installation on TVs, sound systems, and automation for your home, car, or business? Come see Dave, Digital Audiovisual Environments. ComeSeeDave.com.
To kick off the season, we honored 6 members of the RIT women's hockey team for being named to the 2016 America All-Academic Team. We were also introduced to Roberts Wesleyan senior Bella Matrevsky. Sam Randall of SUNY Geneseo was named SUNYAC Outstanding Male Diver of the Year. U of R's Sayaka Abe is wrapping up a degree in chemical engineering and is a first-team All-Liberty League field hockey player. We also honored fellow U of R student Kenny Kish for his involvement in charity work. Brighton native and soccer standout Emma Dial carries a 3.8 GPA at Hobart and William Smith College. We'll take a look at more honorees for the 2016 season next week, thanks to all our Scholar Athletes, brought to you by Dave Digital Audiovisual Environments. Now with a look at our college calendar, here's Dave Yates.
Here's our local college calendar for the week ahead. Well, of course, all the colleges are off on holiday break, so let's take a look at what happens when classes start up once again. Tuesday, January 3rd, RIT hosts U of R for a men's and women's doubleheader. The women play at 5 with the men to follow. Friday, January 6th has a couple of hockey matchups. Nazareth plays Potsdam at 7. RIT hosts Sacred Heart for back-to-back nights at the Policini Center. Both games are at 7 p.m. And finally, on Saturday the 7th, Geneseo will host men's and women's doubleheader versus Brockport. And now here's a 2016 update on some Section 5 alums at colleges outside of Rochester. It's a segment we call Postcards from College. Connor Simonetti from Fairport completed his junior year at Kent State, then was drafted in the 13th round by the Washington Nationals and impressed in a brief appearance in the Gulf Coast Rookie League. Pittsford-Mendon grad P.J. Ransford continued his strong sophomore season at Michigan, winning the Big Ten championship in the 1650 free. Julia DiMartino from Brockport had a huge first year at Liberty. She went 17-12, setting a record for first-year wins at Liberty, and was named to the Big South All-Freshman team. And Mercy grad Aiden Falk helped Michigan advance to the College World Series by hitting .315 with 7 homers. Her sophomore season was recognized as well, being named to the All-Big Ten second team. Coming up next, it's our honor roll of women's teams, and later on, a team with a short history made a historic run at Fisher. We'll have that and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. As we head to break, here's a look at the Roberts Wesleyan Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Roberts Wesleyan College. As we come back from break, here's a look at the St. John Fisher Athletes of the Week, brought to you by St. John Fisher College. Welcome back, happy holidays, and thanks once again for joining us on the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. We are taking a look back at the best of 2016, and now our honor roll of local college women's teams for the year. At number 3, it's Brockport Volleyball. They went 34-4 and advanced to the Sweet 16 in the NCAA Division III tournament. They won back-to-back SUNYAC titles, and with 16 returning players, have a good shot at a three-peat next season. At number 2, it's MCC Women's Soccer Team. They made it to the semifinals of the NJCAA Division I tournament to cap a tremendous season, where first-year player Emily Marco was named NSCAA Junior College Women's Player of the Year, and Sal Galvano was named North Region Coach of the Year. And topping the list, St. John Fisher Field Hockey. In just its 6th season, this team made it to the Sweet 16. They had an 18-game winning streak along the way, and also captured the Empire 8 Championship. Next week, we're going to take a look at the top men's teams of 2016. And now it's time for our Spotlight Women's Team of the Year, and we're back to St. John Fisher. It's a team that caught everyone by surprise. Here's Kim Burnson with a story from October.
It's a team with a lot to be proud of. The St. John Fisher Cardinals field hockey team is following up a season filled with success, but there's still a long way to go in building a strong foundation. That starts with passing the torch. When Victoria Bothner took over the team in 2014, she hoped to bring some consistency to the young program.
You know, this is the 6th season of the program history, and when I came in, the previous coach did a really nice job building the program, starting to recruit, the right girls to come into the program, and starting to try to, build tradition here. And now that we're 6 years in, and we got the right chemistry, the traditions have started, the chemistry's there, and we have a winning attitude.
Bothner isn't new to the coaching scene. In fact, she has an impressive resume at the high school level with both Webster Schroeder and Gates Chili, where she was named Coach of the Year in 2011. It seemed like all the pieces were in place for Bothner to take on a new challenge in her coaching career.
You know, I played in college, and then when I graduated from Miami, I came back and I coached at the college level for a year, and then stepped away from field hockey for a few years because I became a mom. So then getting back into the high school scene was excellent. I loved it, but I was, really hungry to get back into the college coaching, and when Fisher became available, I was ready to go for it.
It only took one season under Bothner to have the team firing on all cylinders. Players felt the difference immediately.
And you, obviously being a senior, were here during the coaching transition. What was that like?
It actually went really, really well. Everything that Coach has been doing has really just been improving the team from year to year, and now even with Coach Metz, everything is just very improved and more intense, but it's also really happy and fun loving as well. It's kind of we're all really competitive, but we want to have fun as well. So.
From the seniors down, we have a really strong leadership right now from our senior captains. Our juniors and sophomores are working very well together, and the freshmen have come in and really have taken on a key role.
Last year we had a really successful season, but this year I feel like everyone on the team knew that we had to step it up a little, and we just needed to do something else to win more.
Despite having 12 wins on their season, a new school record, and going 6-2 in their conference, their goal this year is to get further in their postseason and eventually win Empire 8s.
It was kind of like a sour, sweet ending to our season because we did have a really good record, but we didn't finish with a championship, so the trophy. So hopefully this year the ending will be a little different.
Though the Cardinals are still building traditions of their own, they've proven that the team with the best record isn't always the team with the longest history.
Normal corner, boom, you're coming out, so you keep up, ball goes right, I'm thinking this cut up right here, bang, okay? And then if ball loses, as ball transitions over this side, yeah. Nice.
I think that this year we've just had a really, really great team dynamic, and in past years we didn't have that as much as we do this year. I think that we're really effective with communicating, working together, working off each other's strengths and weaknesses, and that's really made us have a quick start to the season and a really good start.
This year alone, I think every single win we'll take and we'll be really excited about. We really are hoping to play well throughout the rest of the season. We really enjoyed beating Cortland. We love beating Nazareth. I mean, I could go on and on. But moving forward, we have 5 really challenging games coming up, and we're just going to take one day at a time.
So great season in 2015. What are the goals for this season?
To feel like we accomplished the goals we set when preseason started. We sat together in our team locker room and put together our team goals, and we're just slowly checking each one of those off.
All right, guys, let's go to the game. I get nervous. Are you guys doing? Who was like?
Well, thanks everyone for spending your holiday with us. We hope you had a good one.
And a special thanks to our sponsors, including Fidelis Care, for making the College Sports Beat possible.
We'll see you next week for our second Best of 2016 installment.